Origins of Dabke. The Dabke is an Arabic folk dance that started in the mountainous regions above the Mediterranean coastline and the Tigris River. When the Dabke dance was first created, it was mainly danced by people of the villages and towns of Lebanon, Syria, Palestine, Jordan, Iraq, and some quasi-Bedouin tribes that were living in nearby territories. It is of possible Canaanite or Phoenician origin. According to some sources, the Phoenicians were the first teachers of the dance in the world, and the Dabke is a representative descendant of the Phoenician dances. In Lebanon and many of the other regions where the Dabke is danced, the roofs were flat and made of tree branches that were topped with mud. Therefore, when the weather started to change, the mud would crack and the roofs would have to be fixed. To fix the roof, the Lebanese would hold hands, form a line, and start stomping their feet while walking on the roof so that the mud would adjust. In historical folklore, it is said when the mud started to crack, the owner of the house would call to the neighbors to have them help with the roof. He would yell, "Alone," which translates to, "Let's go and help." Then, all the neighbors and family members would get on the roof and start stomping to adjust the mud, and the communal dance would begin. In colder months, they would sing to help keep their bodies warm. The story of their work, dance, and song was passed on through generations to remind them of the importance of family, community, and tradition. The rhythmic steps of the dance are usually accompanied with the traditional tunes of Zarifatul, Al-Dula, Jafra. The Daluna is a form of improvised singing while dancing the Dabke. In the ancient times of the Dabke, Daluna, which is improvised singing, was created and added to keep the men working in the cold weather warmer, because singing helped them stimulate their blood pressure to produce more energy while working in the cold. The Dabke and the rhythmic songs go together in an attempt to keep the work fun and the workers energetic. Over time, the dance has evolved to strengthen neighborly bonds, signify aspirations, celebrate family and community, and as a way of expressing perseverance through struggle. Today, Dabke is seen all throughout the world at weddings, family gatherings, and celebrations. That concludes the origins of Dabke.
قدرتيني يم بردانة ويم عيون الدبلانة غيرك أنا ما حبيت لا يشغيري عشانة غيرك أنا ما حبيت لا يشغيري عشانة عاشو راعي الأول عاشو شعلك شعل
The types of Dabke. Different types of Dabke are performed in Syria and Lebanon. Some include Al-Shamlaya, Al-Sharia, Al-Karadia, Al-Farah, Al-Ghazal, and Al-Saha. Al-Shamalaya is one of the most common types of Dabke and is danced by both men and women, joining hands in a line or circle. The typical Dabke step involves the left foot crossing over the right 2 times and is normally accented with a variety of different hops. Each line has a lawi, or leader, that is the most skilled and controls the tempo and energy of the line. Sometimes a handkerchief or small stick is used to join the lawi with the rest of the dancers. The leader improvises and shows off more difficult moves. They can choose to break from the line and dance in the center or switch positions with another person in line. The music is very distinct and has very strong downbeats and typically contains the oud, mui, tabla, daf, and argul instruments. This is the most popular and familiar form of Dabke, dance for happy family celebrations, such as weddings, circumcisions, the return of travelers, release of prisoners, and also for national holidays, in which Dabke becomes a demonstration of national personality. Al-Sharia is limited to men and is characterized by strong steps or stomps. The lawi is the most important element in this type of Dabke. Al-Qaradia is characterized by a lack of lawi and slow movement with an azif, which is a flute player, in the middle of the circle. Al-Fara is one of the most active types of Dabke, and therefore requires a high degree of physical fitness. Al-Ghazal is characterized by 3 strong stomps of the right foot and is usually tiring for those dancing. Al-Saha is a popular Palestinian Jordanian dance which became significantly more popular during the British Mandate for Palestine. Al-Saha belongs mostly to northern and central Palestine, and in south has 2 kinds, Asmar and Aldaya. That concludes the types of Dabke. Music and instruments. There are a couple of Middle Eastern instruments commonly used to play background music for Dabke. There's the mawi, the tabla, the tambourine, and the oud. Let's move on to the evolution of Dabke. We've discussed the origins of Dabke, but now we will discuss the evolution of the dance. The Dabke is a dance that has been passed down over time, still resonating with many people from all over the world. Dabke, like many other dance forms, started in a culture that was going through hardships. Individuals who were looking to bring positivity in their lives would sometimes turn to dance. The dance was then passed down through generations. The Dabke, passed down through history, has been made livelier and more joyous and is usually performed or danced at weddings, special occasions, and family gatherings. The dance wasn't always like this, however. At first, Dabke was a slow and static dance. After the First World War, the dance began to change. As many migrants were coming to Lebanon, continuing to change from generation to generation. The rise of this dance as an accepted performance art paved the way to modernize popular dance performances, then began to be evaluated based on their artistic value, other than their adherence to strict moves of folklore, resulting in the rise of a modern version of Dabke, forming a type of dance that was viewed as art as opposed to folklore. Dabke has been described as a symbol of love, life, and struggle.